I'm joined now by Coach Bates of men's lacrosse. And Coach, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Give us your assessment of last year's team. You made the conference tournament last year, and from what I've talked to a lot of the players, it really seemed like they felt like as the year went on, things really started to gel together for you guys.
Yeah, last year was a
And we continue on with Greensboro College Athletics Live, joined now by men's lacrosse coach Nate Bates. Coach, thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Glad to be here, Kendrick.
This is why we invited him.
Just thrilled out of my mind. I'm the happiest place.
Well, I tell you what, one thing you got to be happy with is the performance of your team this year. A really, really good year for your guys, and it paid off. Number 2 seed in the tournament, and get to host a game on Friday. Or Saturday rather. That's got to be exciting.
Yeah, it's been a couple of years since we've hosted a first round game, and way overdue. But with some growth and things and changes in the program that were necessary, like we're excited to be here, and Methodist is going to be a really good opponent. I mean, we had a good battle with them a week and a half ago or so, and so we're looking forward to it.
There's been a lot of storylines. One of the storylines has been Justin Berry, and we're going to get to a couple of his teammates here in just a second. But I want to talk about Justin. This is his third year with
and he's
the program.
been very, very good.
Very, very good. Don't laugh.
We have fun here, guys.
We have a lot of fun, especially with this guy.
Yeah.
He's only gotten better every single year. And, over 60 goals this year. He leads the conference in goals and points. It's kind of an obvious question, but what has he meant to this program, not just this year, but all 3 of his years? Because he's, just grown as a leader, as a player, and every time you talk about him, it just seems like you're so impressed with who he is as a person. So just tell us a little bit about Justin.
I mean, he's a kid that we've grew up in our backyard, and just kind of lucky that it worked out that he ended up here and made the switch over to Greensboro 3 years ago now. But a guy who came in, planted the flag, said, I'm going to do this, and kind of put the program on his shoulders a little bit. Like, he is not the most vocal guy, and that's something we've been working, pushing him a little bit, trying to get a little bit more out of the vocal cords to be a leader. But, I mean, he's a line up and do it and watch me do it kind of thing, and, come alongside me. And, he pushes the guys in that way, which is different than most of the guys that want to be very vocal as a captain and as leader, and guys just want to play up to his level, So it's been that kind of thing, and he works so hard off the field to get ready for what he does, and takes it very seriously, and but it's fun. Like he's got a quiet sense of humor that gets everybody going, and just to watch him grow and watch the numbers just pile. I mean, I was looking at it, today as we were getting ready for some other meetings that we had, and to look at the exponential growth from 3 years ago, which I think was 50 points his first year, to then 80 last year, and then all the way up to, what's he at, 119, 120 now? Like, that's huge. And to push into the top, almost the top spot in the record book in 3 years, that's special, and so he's a piece that you don't replace, in a freshman class. Like, you look for another Justin Berry, but they're not ones that fall off the apple tree very often around here. So we're just excited for him, really happy for what he's doing, and where he's helping our team get to.
Well, obviously,
I was going to say, don't interrupt me. One of the things I was going to follow that up with is a couple of his teammates. Seth Woods came in as a transfer, and then Alex Mattoon has really stepped up. How have those two not only helped Justin, but helped the entire offense? Because, I mean, you guys have just put up some pretty insane numbers this year.
Record-breaking
numbers.
Yeah,
record-breaking numbers. Yeah. How have those two stepping up just helped your overall offense? Because, again, and it's not just those 3. You've got DiMaggio Wilson, you've got Chaz Gilroy, you've got Alex Specken, even other guys like Will Pelthorpe. I mean, I think the addition of Seth has really opened it up for everybody else. What would you say about that?
I mean, he was the missing wheel on the tricycle, down there on attack. JB has been kind of the anchor, and then Mattoon's been growing up. He's been a great piece from his freshman year where he played kind of hit-and-miss minutes as a midi attackman kind of thing and was starting to cut his teeth at the college level. And then, last year we missed that. We missed that third attackman. There was so many things in transition and stuff like that where we just needed a kid who could dodge and get his hands free, and that's where Seth has just fit seamless. When we were talking about getting him over here, he was asking, what's the offense feel like? What's it look like? And I was like, Seth, you just work, man. Like, when you get here, it'll just plug in and it'll be fine, because he's a very free-flowing, creative type of player, and that's exactly what JB is. And then Mattoon is really kind of not that. He's more the plug-and-play guy and fills the role as the third wheel, but he's always around the ball and scoring, as we've all seen in all the stats, and on man up and things like that. That's where he's etching his name in our record books. But, Seth creates a lot of offense with his feet, sees the field really, really well, and we needed that. And so it's just been, you look for a complete whole set, and Seth made that wheel complete this year. So.
For sure.
Coach, when we had our preseason preview way back in whatever it was, February, January, one of the big things that you told me when I asked about keys for this season, obviously the job's not done yet, but you said part of it is because you had so many new faces this year was how quickly could everybody mesh together and get on the same page. Tell me a little bit about how that process was for you guys this year. I know one of the words you told me earlier in the year was uneven. Kind of some good games and some bad games. We won, but maybe we didn't play well or that sort of thing. So obviously as you're getting into the postseason, you want to be firing on all cylinders. How do you see the growth of your team from where you started to where you are now?
I mean, it's been pretty consistent, and that's what you want out of the older guys. When you play younger kids, they play on that bell curve with really good highs and really bad lows, And I've told the guys, I said, hey, the more we can play right at even, the better it's going to be with turnovers and positive plays and things like that. We've just been lucky enough this year to play more in the uptick than on the down. Friday against Piedmont was a down. That wasn't our best day, but that's where we're looking to bounce back. But it's been –
You're just getting that one out of the way, right?
Yeah, we just had to get banged in the head one more time, get the cobwebs out. But no, that's been the thing with the young guys stepping in and playing. We know we had to balance some of that in certain spots. That's where Seth on the offensive end being able to control the ball, where we're changed some spots on the defensive half. So it's just been pushing and trying to find that consistency and hold them to it. And that's been a frustrating part sometimes where you just want to say, guys, that's crazy. What are we doing? But they've done a really good job. So it's not anything, it's more organic than anything else, just to talk about numbers and be able to talk about statistics and things and where we need to be and what the other team brings and what we bring, and compare stuff and, make it a little bit more cerebral, which you can with the older guys. The younger guys, they just fly.
But they turn into those veterans eventually.
They get there. But, when they're young, they're running into the wall at full speed, some days. So it's all right. So, but that's been the big thing, is having the older guys, of having, two super seniors and a junior on attack. And then DiMaggio is, older than dirt. But, he's got a level head and he knows what's going on. And some of the other guys that have cut their teeth. So that's given us a lot of, good foundation to create that chemistry and guess where we are.
Yeah, next year I'll be asking you about how do you replace those guys, but we're not going to think about that yet. We still got some more lacrosse to play this year. Stephen, do you have anything before we look to this weekend?
Yeah, well, I was actually just going to transition into this weekend. We'll start with a rematch, right? We just played Methodist senior day. Started off a little bit slow on the offensive end, but you guys kind of picked it up, especially second half. Now that it's a rematch and it's, going to only be 2 weeks, when we get to Saturday, only 2 weeks from last playing them, what are the adjustments that you have to make? Don't give away too many secrets. What are the adjustments that you have to make, and how do you get off to a little bit faster start?
Well, we started slow on purpose just to make it more exciting for the fans.
Well, that's what I thought.
Man of the people right here.
We had to make it entertaining.
If we just come out and score every time, it's not fun.
And then it's boring.
Yeah, so we've got to, keep the fans in their seats.
Right.
All 4 quarters so Kendrick can sell
popcorn
or whatever he's doing.
He'll start running out of stuff to talk about.
I don't think he will ever. Between you and me.
Get your popcorn here.
No, like I thought their goalie, he's a local product, a Northwest Guilford kid. He stood on his head that game. And that's the best game. I told him after the game, I said, man, that's the best game I've ever seen you play. And he really did. He played lights out. So we're hoping he doesn't.
And we continue on with Greensboro College Athletics Live, joined now by men's lacrosse coach Nate Bates. Coach, thank you so much for hanging out with us today.
Glad to be here, Ken.
I can't. Even when I'm turned up, I can't. I mean, I've got lights up here, so. And welcome to Greensboro College here at Pride Field. And we've got an early goal for the home team here in round one of the conference tournament. A quick score for the Pride. That is number 9, Justin Berry, on the goal for the Pride, the senior leader. Just 1-9 on his jersey this afternoon, usually number 99. Today he'll be number 9. And he gets the game started with just a few seconds in. 14:43 still on the clock. Pride lead 1-0. Interruption there in the introduction. A good one for the Pride here. I'm Vance Ballard at Pride Field, bringing you all the action for this USA South Athletic Conference tournament game. First round here, the 4-seed Pride playing host to the 5-seed Methodist Monarchs. A rematch from just a few weeks ago. As a matter of fact, the Monarchs were here on Senior Day, and the Pride were able to come out victorious, keep themselves undefeated at home. They'll be looking to defend the rock here one more time this afternoon, and off to a good start. Under 17 seconds into the game, Justin Berry gets a goal for the Pride. The Monarchs have the ball now. It's in the hands of J.R. Newman. He gets it over to Thomas Oakes, joined on the field by Jacob Burnett, Daniel Wright, Michael Tucker, Cole Rigsby in goal for the Monarchs, Logan Florio, Logan Garrett, and Mason Carey, the starters for the visiting team. A shot missed there off the post, picked up by Newman. Now he gets it in the X to Logan Florio. Going to move to the left side. Monarchs going from right to left here in this first quarter. Pride will be moving from left to right, and there's a steal. Turnover forced by Cedric Crenshaw Jr. as he's able to knock it away, and now he's running the length of the field right down the middle. Ball knocked out of his hands, still on the ground. Flung out behind. Now Rigsby going to pick it up for the Monarchs. They'll take possession back over. He gets it up ahead to R.J. Breeden, the senior for the Monarchs. He passes the ball to Jacob Burnett in the middle of the field. Now they'll slow things up. Will Methodist set up some offense. J.R. Newman has it on the left side. Gets it back to Breeden. Standing in the middle of the field, passes over to the right now to Jacob Burnett. Gets it in the back in the X to Logan Florio. Now with it, moving it all the way around the world are the Monarchs. R.J. Breeden has it at the top now in the hands of Newman. Goes right at Will Pelthorpe for the Pride. He cuts him off there. Good defense from the Pride senior. Now the ball's on the ground. Fight for it. Scooped up ground ball win there by Nick Scott. The freshman is able to force another Monarch turnover. Goes up ahead. Bounce pass to Will Pelthorpe. He's able to pick it up. Looking up ahead, Justin Berry moving down the right side now. Berry cut off by Michael Tucker. Still trying to get by him. Tucker slashes at him with the long stick. Moving through the X with it is Berry now. Pride lead 1-0, trying to extend that. There's a fight for it. Ball knocked out. Tucker with a body check to Berry. The freshman not backing down from the senior offensive leader for this Pride and in this conference. Another turnover pass stolen by Alex Specken. He's going to go blocked by Rigsby after Specken is upended by the Monarch defense. Ball still rolling around right now near midfield. Pelthorpe fighting for it with Mason Carey. We've got a stoppage of play at the moment, and we're going to have a timeout reset. Official timeout as Specken is coming off slowly. Justin Berry having an equipment malfunction and some sort of leg wrap on his right hamstring has come undone. Looks like an ace bandage issue. He's going to come off and see if he can't tend to that problem. With 11:47 to go in the first period. Pride already out in front 1-0 thanks to a Justin Berry goal here to get this thing started off. Monarchs with it now with possession in the middle of the field. Josh Crabtree has it, gets it over to Sam Newton on the left side. Guy Gallardi, Will Pelthorpe playing defense at the top of the zone for the Pride. Cedric Crenshaw Jr. and Quentin Solomon holding things down in the middle. Brendan Ray out there as well for the Pride right now. And there's the first stop by goalkeeper Braden Mitchell. Second team all-conference for the junior keeper for the Pride. And they take possession back with a turnover force there by Christopher Zier. Gets it out in front. Nick Scott with it now. The long stick going to try and set some offense up. Passes it back behind himself, or behind the rest of his team to Zier, who now gets it into the offensive zone up ahead to Guy Gallardi. Moving down the left side, Seth Woods with it. Another good goal scorer for this Pride team. He's got 64 on the year for Greensboro. Mattoon with it, rolls the ball to Justin Berry, who's come back in after getting that bandage issue dealt with. He's back on the field, gets the ball back to Kyle Sandel, the junior, in for the first time for Greensboro. 1-0, Pride out in front, 10:30 to go now in quarter number one. Seth Woods making a move, goes past Daniel Wright, and again now going to fire it too high over the back of the goal for Greensboro, but Chaz Gilroy is the first one there, so the Pride will keep possession with 32 seconds left on the shot clock. Gilroy runs the ball in, going to try, thought about a wraparound, instead swiped down by Jay Moore as he's taken off his feet. Moore gets the steal and forces a Pride turnover. Trying to push are the Monarchs, ball rolling around, ground ball still there. Couldn't quite scoop it up with Logan Garrett. It's still fight for it, now picked up by Christian Thompson. He throws a shot towards Braden Mitchell, but wide left as Mitchell is now the first one there. Pride take possession back in what's been a hectic few minutes here to start this first quarter. 10:05 to go now. Pride out in front thanks to a Justin Berry goal to get this thing started with just 17 seconds into the ball game. Greensboro with possession now. Chaz Gilroy gets it to Nathan Vasilis, freshman on the field for Greensboro for the first time. And we've got a whistle. Looks like we're going to have a offsides call. It's going to go back to the Monarchs with the Pride turnover. The Methodists will take possession with a fresh shot clock. LJ Obi starts it off, gets it up ahead to J.R. Newman, who's moving to the right side of the Methodist offense now. Throws it down into the corner to Logan Garrett. Cut off nicely by Zier. Now in the X with it is Logan Florio. Crenshaw and Nick Scott there to cut him off, play defense. Now thrown up top to Jacob Burnett. We've got a whistle. And this time it's going to be a Monarch turnover as the Pride will take possession back and go quickly with it is Colin Byrne. Moves past Christian Thompson, now gets it across midfield. Justin Berry with it one more time to Seth Woods. Got the angle on Daniel Wright, but instead going to try to go through the X behind the goal. Spins back to his right. Wrap-around shot fired and stopped by Cole Rigsby. Good stop there by the freshman keeper for the Monarchs. Keeps it at a 1-0 lead. Errant pass from Rigsby, though, is knocked away and scooped up by Will Pelthorpe as the Pride take back over. Pelthorpe, senior defensive leader for this Pride team. He has also got some goals under his name. 8 this year for the Pride. Now Chaz Gilroy with it, gets it one more time to Specken, loses possession. Ball still rolling around on the ground, finally scooped up. No, not yet. Thought Seth Woods had it, but now it's kicked up ahead, still rolling around, fight for it near the midfield logo here on Pride Field. Finally scooped up by Gilroy. Pride keep possession. Gilroy going to push it up down the left side, now gets it to Seth Woods. Obi comes from behind. Woods is able to scoot out of the way of that. Slow things down. Facilis comes on for Greensboro, and they'll set the offense up with him and Gilroy. Barry on the right side, Michael Tucker guarding him. We saw Nick Garza with the assignment 2 weeks ago here on Senior Day. Had some success, had some struggles as well, as Barry was able to put 5 in the back of the net on his last regular season game here at Pride Field. Obviously, they probably get another conference tournament game here at home this afternoon. Seth Woods now has it on the left side of the Greensboro offense. He spins back to his right, now back to his left, trying to get past Daniel Wright. Fires a one-hopper, misses to the left side, but the Pride to keep possession as Specken is the closest to the ball. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 on the shot clock. Specken just throws it away because he knows there's nothing to do with it. That'll be another Pride turnover. The Monarchs will take possession back. I mentioned earlier Greensboro 7-0 during the regular season here at Pride Field, a perfect record at home, but 12-4 overall for the Pride, tied with the 1995 team for the most wins in school history. A win here today would eclipse that record and make this version Coach Nate Bates' 2026 team the winningest team in Pride history. We're going to get a timeout. We'll take it with them. 7:15 to go in the first quarter. Greensboro leads 1-0. We'll be right back here on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
College athlete has a story to tell, and at Greensboro College, we believe no one is better equipped to tell those stories than the athletes themselves. On the Getting to Know podcast, you'll hear the who, what, when, where, why, and how of each college athlete's journey to Greensboro and how they became a member of the Pride. We talk on and off the field, influences, hobbies, goals, and what it means to be a member of the Pride. It's all on the Getting to Know podcast on Spotify and YouTube.
You know, I just really felt like I was a person, you know, and they really cared about you, not only as like an athlete, but, you know, as an individual as well. And so that was one of the things that like led me here, honestly.
The Getting to Know podcast from Greensboro College Athletics. We are one Pride, and these are our stories.
And welcome back to Pride Field. Greensboro College in front 1-0 here with 7:15 to go in quarter number 1 of this first round USA South Lacrosse Conference Tournament game. Methodist with possession. Newman gets it inside. R.J. Breeden is going to score off the left side. Gets that one past the goalkeeper, Braden Mitchell. Ties this game up quickly out of the break. Useful timeout there by Methodist. Draw up a nice play and are able to score here. Even things back up. 7:03 to go, and we'll head back to the face-off circle. Quentin Solomon, the star face-off man for the Pride. He'll go up against Nick Ratzner, the freshman for Methodist. In what's now a 1-1 game, Solomon moves a little early. They give possession to the Monarchs, and L.J. Obi is going to pick it up. Walk it across midfield and start this offensive possession back again for the Methodist. Gets it to Owen Andrews, moving to the right side. As some changes are made, Josh Crabtree in now, along with Sam Newton, who's got the ball now. He moved to his right. Picked up on defense by Gallardi. Cut off by Gallardi. Good hands there. He's able to push him back out of the zone. Florio has it now in the X. He's guarded by Crenshaw. Long stick cuts him off there as he tries to move around now on the left side of the Monarch offense. Here's a shot from Crabtree towards the goal. Stopped there by Braden Mitchell. Good D from the keeper for the Pride. Gets it out in front. Will Pelthorpe now making moves all the way down the field. He's moving past down the right side. He's in the Pride offensive zone. Some shifty stick work there as he moves down the field. Gilroy coming off the bench, gets it quickly. Now Seth Woods has it. Looking for Mattoon, couldn't quite connect on the pass. Would have been a beautiful one-timer there, but instead it's in the long stick of Michael Tucker as he tries to get possession back started for this Methodist team. Rigsby a long pass towards Obi. Unable to catch it, now scooped up by Mattoon. He gets this one to Justin Berry. Thought about a shot, couldn't catch the pass. Mattoon scoops up the ground ball, goes inside. Seth Woods, there's that one-timer they were looking for. Back of the net, 2-1 Pride lead. Seth Woods, goal number 65 on the year, comes off the assist from Mattoon. That's his 34th of the year, and Seth Woods knows about success against this Methodist team. He scored 3 2 weeks ago on Senior Day. He's got 1 here with 5:32 to go in the first quarter. Greensboro out in front, 2-1. A new face in the circle right now for the Pride, number 25, Jack Steele, the freshman member of the all-conference sportsmanship team here in the USA South this year. He'll face off against Ratzner. Steele's going to get the win. Scoops up the ground ball, goes straight down the middle of the field. Now back to Woods on the left side. Pride looking to score again. Woods able to scoop it up, moving to his right. Tries to get past right, but he cannot. Gets it inside to Mattoon, cut off by Mason Carey. Long stick swipes again down to Mattoon, now passes it out up top on the right side to Justin Berry. Gets it back in the middle as Gilroy will set up the offense. Facilis and Kyle Sandel come on for the Pride. It's been key here. The Pride want to put the pressure on Methodist early as they have had a lot of pushes in the offensive zone. Facilis gets it to Berry there. He thought about a shot from the low spot, but did not take it. Now works the way up back up top. Here is Seth Woods with it, moving to the right side. Goes inside, Mattoon. Passes it across the field through the X to Justin Berry. He now stands and passes up top. Nobody has it right now. Chaz Gilroy going to run out and pick up a ground ball there as the Pride will keep possession. Moving in on the left side goes Gilroy. Working past Patrick Noon with the long stick. Now Seth Woods has it up against Noon. He moves, tries to get it inside, goes towards Rigby, misses to wide on the right side as the shot clock expires. And the Monarchs take possession back. 4:09 to go in the first quarter. Michael Tucker will start things off for Methodist here as he gets it into Obi. Moving down the far side of the field. Woods swipes at him over top. He's going to get called for a trip, a delayed penalty on the way for the Pride. Obi with it now. Gets it now to Logan Florio in the X. Goes all the way around the world this time to Thomas Oakes. Back up top to the goal scorer, R.J. Breeden. Gets it to a charging J.R. Newman, cut off by Palethorpe. Spins, tries to go around him, fires a low shot. Past Braden Mitchell on the left side. That one gets to the fence, but the Monarchs are the closest to it. And we'll have that penalty now. Going to be a hold, not a trip. But it is going to put Seth Woods in the box for a fresh 60 seconds. For a full 60 seconds with 3:32 to go in quarter number 1. .332 now. Methodist getting things started here in quarter number 1. They trail 2-1 to the home team, your Greensboro College Pride. Breeden with it now, gets it over to Newman. Florio to Garrett. Ball movement here back up top. Could be a quick shot off the stick of Thomas Oakes. Denied there by Braden Mitchell. I mentioned the second team all-conference goalie for the Pride. He's played in all 16 games, started 15 of them. This will be his 16th start of the season, and he's been a wall back there all year long. A major part of this Pride's 12-4 overall record. Greensboro now has it on their side of the field. Specken tries to go to Palethorpe. Couldn't connect the first time. Will's able to scoop it back up. Tries to go way up top to Justin Berry. Ball still on the ground now. Michael Tucker picks it up for the Monarchs. He's going to run. Flips it over towards Thompson a little too high. Still possession. Ball now in the hands of Florio. Moving through the X as Scott cuts him off. Gets it over to Logan Garrett now on the far side. Pass back up top towards J.R. Newman, who's going to wait and let some substitutions take place. Guy Gallardi coming back on for the Pride. Sam Newton for the Monarchs along with Owen Andrews. Andrews has it, goes back across the field to Newman. Newman tries to get into the Pride defensive zone, does just that with a fireball over the right side past Braden Mitchell, ties this thing up at 2 goals apiece with 2 minutes left. Deuce is wild on the scoreboard right now. 2 minutes, 2 goals apiece. In quarter number 1, Quentin Solomon headed back towards the face-off circle here. After this thing's all tied up on a great shot from J.R. Newman. His Monarch teammates excited, cheering him on over here on the sidelines. Imperative now Greensboro does something to not let this momentum slip too far into the hands of the Monarchs. Back underway, Solomon fights with Ratchner. Still on the ground, Quentin going to scoop up the ground ball, win the faceoff for the Pride. Swim moves over Thomas Oakes. Now Solomon going to move straight down the middle of the field, going to run until they cut him off. Passes it to Seth Woods. Gets it back up top to Byrne. Byrne content to settle in the middle of the field, let the Pride offense set up. Dishes it to Gilroy as Solomon and Byrne will come off the field. Specken comes back on along with Nate Scott for Greensboro. Nick Scott. Correction. Specken has it now, trying to get past Obi. Swim moves with the right hand, loses possession, but going to be scooped up by Seth Woods. Comes the other way with it, gets it back up top to Gilroy. Gilroy moves past Tisdale and fires a shot just a bit too wide. Rigsby going to win the race as the Monarchs will take possession. And as we work on the shot clock here for a moment, fresh 80 seconds on it now. Back underway. Monarchs take possession. Michael Tucker gets it in. Starts things back off. Rigsby to Obi. Monarchs going to move down the far side. Obi moving now. Going to fire one with the right hand. Past Braden Mitchell. Too wide there. That goes out of bounds. But the Monarchs will again take possession as they were closest to it. It's going to be Logan Florio starting things off. Once again, the shot clock malfunctioning here, if you will, at Pride Field. We're going to work on that before we get back underway. Two to two, 46 seconds to go in the first quarter. All tied up in the first round of the USA South Athletic Conference here from Pride Field in beautiful Greensboro, North Carolina. It's been dry so far. We've got the umbrellas just in case Mother Nature decides she wants to rain on us here. We've had some projections of that this afternoon. That's why the game started at 3:30 instead of 4. We're back underway. Josh Crabtree fires one towards the goal, too wide, and Nick Scott's able to win the race, take possession for the Pride with 32 seconds to go in the first quarter. Scott gets it into Mitchell. Mitchell going to fire it over on the left side to Gilroy. Moves back to the near sideline, and it's going to go until they stop him. Flips it over to Barry as he moves back to his left, right at the midfield logo. Gets it to Seth Woods. Nice fancy shake move there as he's able to move past Daniel Wright. Now slips past Michael Tucker as well. Back inside, Justin Barry. Ball movement, and that's a goal. 3-2, the second one for number 9 here this afternoon. Seth Woods picks up the assist on a beautiful play there from the two seniors for the Pride. They go up 3-2 with 5 seconds to go in quarter number 1. What's been an action-packed first quarter here in what we knew was going to be a hard-fought, closely contested game. These two teams played a 14-7 game just 2 weeks ago. The Pride were able to come out on top really with a big second half, scored 11 of those 14 goals after halftime, 6 in the third, 5 in the fourth. They've got themselves 3 here in the first as Solomon gets another win. Is going to be content to just let the clock run out. We're at zeros. First quarter is complete in this first round game in the USA South Athletic Conference Tournament. We'll take a quick break, be right back on the other side with the rest of the action here. Pride lead 3-2 on the Greensboro College Sports Network. 3-2 Pride out in front here at home in the first round of the USA South Athletic Conference Tournament. We get ready to move to quarter number 2. And it's been a closely contested game, really tight numbers-wise all throughout that first quarter. Again, the score 3-2, 2 assists on those 3 goals by the Pride, 1 assist on their 2 goals from the Monarchs. Shot advantage goes to Methodist 10-9. Shot on goal as well, 8-5 in that regard. 10-7 the ground ball lead. And where things have gotten the most separation has been between the posts here, as Braden Mitchell 6 saves in the first quarter. Rigsby just credited with 2, and that is why the Pride are out in front by 1. We start the second quarter underway now. Field has been flipped. Monarchs have the ball. Logan Garrett gets it in the back to Logan Florio, moves through the X a little bit, as now the Monarchs move from left to right, and the Pride will be moving right to left here in the second quarter. J.R. Newman has it for the Monarchs. Scored one of the 2 goals in the first quarter. Now gets it back inside to Jacob Burnett, cut off by Gallardi. Crenshaw there to help as well. Back up top to Newman, fires it, but stopped again by Braden Mitchell. In the bottom right corner, Mitchell having a fantastic first half here so far. 7 saves now with that one. Gets it ahead to Gallardi as the Pride will start possession back over. Moves it into the offensive zone. Gallardi running down the right side of the field. Mattoon with it now deep in the right corner. Gets it back up top. Justin Berry goes to Gilroy as the Pride will set the offense up. Specken comes in as Palethorpe comes off along with Gallardi. Facilis takes his place. Specken gets it to Facilis, who's checked by Christian Thompson, moving to the left side. Gets it down deep in the zone. Seth Woods going to try to make a move on the long stick. Daniel Wright for the Monarchs instead passes it to Specken. Now he's going to cut down the middle of the zone, leaves it for Mattoon once more. Thought about a left-handed shot, but instead chose pass it to Seth Woods. Bounced off his stick. He's able to get the ground ball scooped up. Keep possession for Greensboro. Moves to his left, gets a screen from Specken. Now deep into the corner once again to Vasilis. He's going to try to move towards the net. Goes right at Rigsby and gets it in. No, he doesn't. They say no goal. Apologies there. Missed that one. It's going to be a Monarch ball, actually, after Vasilis threw that one close, but off the foot of Rigsby. Was able to kick it away. And now Christian Thompson moves it into the Monarch offensive zone. Leaves it for J.R. Newman. Slows things up. Sets the Methodist offense up. Now Josh Crabtree with it. He'll move down the right side. Owen Andrews comes in for Methodist. Takes the ball. Moves it towards the middle of the zone. Leaves it back now for Sam Newton. A lot of passing here far away from the net at the top of the zone for the Monarchs. They're trying now to drive as Crabtree makes a move. Cut off by Palethorpe along with Jack Steele. Errant pass thrown away. That's a Monarch turnover. The Pride will take possession back. 12:07 to go in the first half. Greensboro leads 3-2 here at home in the first round of the conference tournament. Pride with it now as Zaire tries to move it up towards midfield. Throws it behind Palethorpe. That's going to be a turnover scooped up by Thomas Oakes. Methodist decides not to push and try to take advantage of the turnover. They'll slow things up, give the Pride defense time to settle back in. Andrews with it now. Gets it back up top to Logan Garrett. Now Crabtree with it as he's cut off by Jack Steele. Goes back to Garrett. Handcuffs him with the pass, but he's able to scoop it up. Now good defense from Zaire as he gets it over to Crabtree. Back up top one more time. Newton couldn't control it. Palethorpe there swiping at it. Newton's able to pick it up now inside. Owen Andrews going to fire one off the right foot. Good stop there by Mitchell. Kicked out of bounds. It'll stay with the Monarchs as Thomas Oakes is the closest to it. 33 seconds to go on the shot clock for Methodist. Braden Steele been fantastic. Braden Mitchell been fantastic in the net here in this first half, and he does it again. Another kick save off the right foot after a shot attempt from Oaks there. You can hear the wind picking up here at Pride Field. The breeze does feel nice on what was a hot day coming into this game. The clouds starting to move in. May see a little bit of water fall from the sky. That could affect the offense here in this game. Pride lead 3-2 right now. Sam Newton with it, moving towards the right side, but he's stopped again by Jack Steele. Fires one off the post, still fighting for it. Crenshaw trying to scoop it up, puts his body in position. Can't quite get it. Now we've got a whistle, and it's going to stay with the Monarchs. Methodist will keep possession, 10:25 to go in quarter number 2. And an errant pass goes rolling down the field right towards Alex Mattoon. He's going to be able to scoop it up and take possession for the Pride. Mattoon has it. Greensboro trying to push a little bit. He's pushed down by Mason Carey, but Mattoon's able to keep possession. Carey still fighting with him. Finally passed off to Vasilis, who's going to move down the left side for Greensboro. Leaves it for Seth Woods. A lot of space. Back to Vasilis. Now across to Gilroy. Can't make the catch. Scooped up and then knocked away. Gilroy, good play there as he's able to knock it away and get possession back for Greensboro. Now moving with Vasilis. Dumps it off. Shot towards the goal. That one's in. Right past Cole Rigsby, upper 90, if you will, as the freshman gets himself started here this afternoon. 7th goal of the season for Vasilis. Makes it 4-2. Pride double their lead. 9:47 to go before halftime. Taking advantage of the turnover there. An errant pass over the head of Josh Crabtree led to Mattoon being able to get possession. Started up for the Pride after a few efforts. Vasilis is able to find the back of the net. And we go back to the face-off circle. Quentin Solomon and Ratzner once again battle it out. Solomon again able to get a win and keep possession for the home team. Solomon moves down the left side, stutter steps, tries to get past Jay Moore. Goes back towards Barry. A little away from him, Barry loses it, and now it's in the hands of Christian Thompson. Moving down the field, leaves it back for Oaks. One hops the shot right into the net of Braden Mitchell, who's going to quickly get it back going for Greensboro. Gallardi with it across midfield, leaves it back for Barry. Barry trying to decide what to do with it, moving past the long stick. Michael Tucker throws it now deep into the zone on the right side to Mattoon. Moves it all the way across the field to Seth Woods. Pump fakes the pass to Gilroy. Instead goes up top to Alex Specken. Kyle Sandel now with it, as him and Specken set up the Pride offense. Look over to the sideline, get the play call, and now they're going to move once again. Thought about the screen to the right. Instead, Sandel goes right at Christian Thompson. They have a bullfight there in the middle for a second. Finally, Sandel's able to move his way towards the goal. Gets inside, fires the shot. Rigsby knocks it down. No goal for Sandel. Good effort there, but the Monarchs have possession. Obi running up the field now down the left side, moving towards the middle. He's been known to go coast to coast against the Pride. Did it twice 2 weeks ago. Shot there, stopped by Braden Mitchell once again. Fight for the ball. Pride try to scoop it up. Brendan Ray, but he was standing on the out-of-bounds line, so it'll stay with the Monarchs. Logan Garrett will start things off for Methodist. 65 on the shot clock, 8:11 on the game clock. 4-2 the score. Pride out in front here in the second quarter. Garrett moves now, gets it up top. Burnett back towards midfield to Breeden, now in the hands of J.R. Newman. Newman moves past Palethorpe, splits the defense of Palethorpe, and Scott goes right into the net of Braden Mitchell. Good reflexes there as he's able to make another save here in the second quarter. Now gets it out up quickly to Palethorpe. He's running the field all by himself, leaves it for Barry. One more time, Mattoon off the right post. A laser beam, just couldn't get it in the back of the net. And I believe Greensboro will keep possession. They will. Mattoon was able to win the race to the sideline, so Barry will have it to start things off. Gets it up top to Gilroy as Christian Thompson comes on for Methodist. Alex Specken for the Pride. Vasilis now has it as he's at the left, on the left side, moving back towards the top of the zone. Christian Thompson tries to cut him off. Miscommunication there. Leaves Foncilis all by himself. He runs right into Daniel Wright, though. Tries to go towards the middle, towards Mattoon. Ball bounced around. Mattoon's able to scoop it up in the X. Passes, finds a cutting Speck and bounces that one off the other post. That one hits the left side as Rigby's able to get it off the rebound. Moves to Christian Thompson as the Monarchs start their possession. Thomas Oakes has it, pump fakes a pass towards the middle, now scoots past Nick Scott down the left side. Deep in the corner with it is Florio, back to Oakes up top now. Crabtree has it. Finds R.J. Breeden cutting down the middle of the zone. His shot attempt goes off the stick of Colin Byrne, and that one's out of bounds. Didn't even make its way back to Braden Mitchell. Breeden scored one of the two back in the first quarter for the Monarchs as well. 6:24 to go before halftime. Pride out in front 4-2. Crabtree driving now for the Monarchs, cut off by Palethorpe. Gets it into the X to Sam Newton, and he scores on a wraparound from the right side. Gets that one in the upper corner past Braden Mitchell. 4-3 now. 6:11 to go here in quarter number 2. Monarchs are pulled within 1. First goal of the second quarter for Methodist. A shot advantage, however, of 9-3 in this quarter. 5 of those 9 coming on goal. 4 saves for Braden Mitchell so far in the first 9 minutes of this second quarter. That one gets past him, though. We're back to the face-off circle. Quentin Solomon and Ratchner will do battle once again. Solomon again uses the body, gets position, and wins the ground ball face-off. He's now moving down the right side at a very rapid pace. Solomon cuts towards the goal, looks back towards the middle, tries to find Sandel, passes it too far on the outside. And that'll be, didn't see what the official blew there, but he did stop it and call it be a turnover, head back to the Monarchs, but they want to start the possession deep in the zone in Rigsby's net. J.R. Newman and R.J. Breeden come back on for the offensive possession for Methodist. L.J. Obi has it as he starts a slow jog towards Alex Mattoon. Now cuts down the middle, gets between Mattoon and Seth Woods. Past Barry, now past Colin Byrne. Gets past Gallardi, going to fire one over there. Bounces it too high over everything and out of bounds. I told you Obi's been known to go coast to coast. He likes to do that himself. A second attempt there misses, but the Monarchs keep possession. Newman on the left side goes across the field at the 40-yard line. If we're talking football, to Owen Andrews. Now back into the X to Garrett up top. Newman one more time thought about the shot, but Palethorpe was there to cut it off. Now Owen Andrews will fire, nabbed out of the air by Braden Mitchell. This kid has been fantastic this afternoon. Another save with 5:08 to go in the first half. Pride back with it. It's in a long stick of Colin Byrne. He's moving down the right side looking for somebody to get it to or somebody to guard him. Neither of those things are happening at the moment, so he's just running around trying to find someone to pass it to, and his team finally gets it over to Gilroy on the left side. Gilroy moves past Patrick Noon, spins back to his right. Noon's there to cut him off. Up top finds Specken. Now in the middle towards Justin Berry. Berry has 2 goals this afternoon, scored twice in the first quarter. Had 5 2 weeks ago against this Monarch team here on Senior Day. Working against Michael Tucker as he tries to move past him. Leaves it for Foncilis coming back to the left side, now way out front towards Woods. Woods going to move past Daniel Wright, puts a little juke on, finds Justin Berry. Underhand shot, that one's too wide. Goes out of bounds, but the Pride will keep possession as Specken was the closest to it. 4:09 before halftime now. Greensboro out in front by 1, 4-3 with 13 seconds to go on the shot clock in this possession. Gilroy with it at the top of the key. Checks the shot clock. Goes the other way from the screen by Barry. Moves towards the goal. Fires one a little bit too high. A late flag coming in, though. We're going to get a penalty, I believe, It's going to be on Methodist with 1 second left on the shot clock. Officials discussing the penalty right now amongst themselves. We'll wait for them to walk over here and give us the final judgment. It does look like it's going to be on Methodist. Here comes the official to make the announcement now. That's going to be a big one, as it's going to be on the Monarchs, a cross-checking penalty directly to the head, so a 2-minute advantage coming now for the Pride. A fresh 60 seconds on the shot clock because of or 2 minutes on the, I guess 60 seconds, but it'll be another minute after that on the shot clock with what was just 1 second. Seth Woods, Justin Berry, back of the net once again. As I'm trying to explain what's going on, they score quickly. The two seniors put it in again one time for the Pride. 5-3 now. Another Woods assist, another Berry goal. That's a first half hat trick for the offensive leader, both in the conference and in school history. Here at Greensboro College, Justin Berry now has 69 goals on the year. That's 123 points for him as well, continuing to set his record pace as he became the first member to enter the 100-point club in Greensboro College lacrosse history. He now is extending his lead, going to make it even harder for those to come after him to catch his name. As Solomon wins another faceoff, 3:30 to go before halftime. He moves quickly down the left side of the field this time. Again, Pride man up for 2 minutes because of the cross-checking penalty on the Monarchs. Seth Woods has it at the top of the zone, gets it on the right side to Gilroy. Back to Woods. They play a little two-man game. Thought about a shot from about 15 yards out. Now Woods moves in. Fancy underhand pass to Mattoon. Back to Gilroy. Now Foncilis fakes, then goes to Specken. Now Woods with it. Back to the middle of the zone. Tries to find Gilroy. Still bouncing around. Stick comes out of the hands of Mattoon. Knocked away. And it's going to go back to the Monarchs. 2:50 to go. Long pass up ahead to Jay Moore. The Methodist is going to try to go quickly now. Brendan Ray comes back on for Greensboro as Moore gets it deep into the zone to Logan Florio. And we've got a timeout for the Monarchs. So with 2:36 to go in the first half, Greensboro leads 5-3 here in this first round of the USA South Athletic Conference Tournament. We'll be right back on the other side on the Greensboro College Sports Network. (5-3), 2:36 to go before halftime. We're coming back out of a Methodist timeout now as they'll have possession in what has been a tightly contested game. We knew it would. We potentially thought it could get a little chippy. It did not necessarily. It did kind of do that. Cooler heads prevailed, of course, 2 weeks ago on Senior Day. But these two teams, not the fondest of each other. No love lost in this in-state matchup. Things have gone well for Greensboro here in the first quarter, and now with 2:36 to go before halftime. Back underway we go. Monarchs with possession as Thomas Oakes up top on the far side of the field now. Gets it to J.R. Newman. He's got a goal this afternoon. Cut off by Pelthorpe as he tries to go towards the net. Now it's Guy Gallardi pushing him back towards midfield. Latrell Brown, number 30 for the Monarchs, still in the penalty box after a 2-minute cross check to the head is what he was called for. Florio has it for Methodist. Crenshaw guards him, moving through the X. Crenshaw, the brick wall is what he is. Don't go towards him unless you are ready for some contact. He's been a big force for this Pride defense all year long. And he's able to force Florio to get rid of it there. Now it's Breeden moves it back to Newman. Cut off by Gallardi. Knocked away by Byrne. Good work from the long stick there. Now he's going to run down the middle. Pride on the push. Gets it to Mattoon on the right side. Goes back to Byrne. The long stick thought about a shot. Going to throw one underhanded now as Rigsby's able to knock that down. Good effort there from Colin Byrne as the Pride try to extend that lead to 3. 1:15 to go before halftime. Monarchs with possession. Oaks will slow it up. Let the offense unfold. Now he moves down the left side into the corner. He goes with Florio on the far side of the field. Florio gets it back up top to R.J. Breeden. Now Jacob Burnett with it for the Monarchs. He moves to the right side. Thought about a shot, but Gallardi got there to cut it off instead. 39 on the shot clock, 41 on the game clock. As Gallardi's able to knock down Burnett, he loses his footing, but it stands back up. Thought about the wraparound shot. Gallardi, a pest there, forces the pass to Owen Andrews. Now Breeden on the left side. Knocked away from him by Brendan Ray. Breeden's able to pick it back up. Now fires one towards the net, but instead that goes wide. Monarchs win the race as Garrett is back there for possession. 16 on the shot clock, 20 on the game clock as we move towards halftime here in a 5-3 Pride lead. Garrett gets things started, gets a screen as he moves, tries the wraparound shot. That one goes wide. But it's Thomas Oaks over there for Methodist. 7 on the shot clock now, 12 on the game clock. As Oaks gets things started, runs back in. 3 on the shot clock, 2. 1, not going to get it off, so 3.8 seconds left before halftime for the Pride as they'll take possession. And I would imagine just be content letting this thing head to halftime. Pelthorpe will send it deep. That one's through the uprights, a field goal for Will Pelthorpe, but we're playing the wrong sport, sir. That'll move us to halftime. 5-3 now. Pride out in front by 2 in what's been a successful first half for them. A hard-fought game here from both teams in this first round matchup in the USA South Athletic Conference Tournament. We'll take a quick break, be right back on the other side. We'll recap the first half, get you ready for the second half of action, and have it all here on the Greensboro College Sports Network.
I'm joined now by Coach Bates of men's lacrosse. And Coach, let's go ahead and jump right into it. Give us your assessment of last year's team. You made the conference tournament last year, and from what I've talked to a lot of the players, it really seemed like they felt like as the year went on, things really started to gel together for you guys.
Yeah, last year was a weird shift. We had a big senior year the year before, or senior class the year before. Last year we started 3, 4, 5 guys that were true freshmen that had to jump in and play. Added a transfer that had to learn the system in January. So it was a slow start to the season, getting the young guys, the new guys caught up. But we started to kind of find our rhythm a little bit around spring break time, and then we're able to push in the playoffs. So the nice thing is a lot of those guys are coming, are back this year. We got hit with graduation on defense, so we're breaking some new guys there. But, that was kind of how it went last year. We played as well as the young guys could figure it out and grow up. So
when you have a lot of youth on your team as you did last year, is that big to be able to take that now postseason experience that they were able to have into this upcoming season?
Yeah, it was interesting because we hadn't done this in a few years, but we did it last year. We did kind of a postseason survey with the guys, and it was cool because they actually asked for more. They said, hey, we want more weight room, more team time, more off the field community service stuff. Like they just wanted more. And so for a young group of guys to beg and plead for that is pretty cool. So we've done that this off season. We did it over the summer, and this fall especially did a lot of stuff to kind of push that and push some growth, some bonding, things like that. And so pretty happy with where we are now. And we just finished max testing in the weight room and our conditioning testing on the field, and saw some pretty big jumps from those now sophomores. We saw some freshmen make some good gains. Juniors and seniors are kind of at that point where they're just kind of holding steady, but still moving forward. And so we're pretty happy with, what we have going into this spring for sure.
Tell me a little bit about some of your newcomers and what kind of roles you expect them to take on.
So we've got a guy that just transferred in this semester. So he's been here, 10 days. But I recruited him out of high school. He played at Guilford for a few years, but brings a lot of game experience, a lot of maturity to the offensive end of the field as a midfielder, DiMaggio Wilson. And so excited about what he adds. He adds a really good punch to the offense, very savvy lacrosse player. And so very happy to have him. And then the youth, there's a lot of freshmen that are going to compete. We've got a possibility of a couple guys starting on defense as freshmen. Trayon James from South Carolina, Corey Miller from Pennsylvania. They've done a really good job in the fall so far. Local product, John Banzer from Greensboro is showing he's got something to bring to the table as well. And then on the offensive end, another local guy, Ben Little from Greensboro, is going to help on the attack end a little bit. And then there's a few other guys. Connor, we call him Ferda from Florida. He's big, strong, athletic freshman in the midfield. So there's going to be some guys that have to step up right away. Our face-off, we graduated Chase out of the program last year, and so we're going to be looking at Quentin Solomon from South Carolina to step in at the face-off X and do some things. Good thing is he carried the load at his high school, and he was ranked very highly in the country for face-offs last year. So we're excited to see where that goes, but. Yeah, it's still weird because 85% of our locker room is freshmen and sophomores or new guys. And so it's a weird shift to continue to grow with the young guys.
Coach, obviously, not asking you to give away any secrets or anything here, but are there any positions that you guys have been looking at as you're ramping into the season where there's some really big position battles to be determined going forward before the season starts?
I think our biggest one is in the cage. We've got two sophomores, Nate Fox and Hayden Hansen. Both of them are competing for that starting job. Both saw limited action last year playing behind Eddie, our senior. So it'll be interesting to see how fast they can grow. How fast, IQ-wise, they're really, really good. Composed, smart kids that are really good in the classroom and bring that intelligence to the field. They're calm. So I'm comfortable however that plays out. It'll be interesting to see where that goes. But like I said, attack, we've got two returners filling that third spot. Defense is up in the air of what's going to happen there, and so there's some holes that we're figuring out. But 9-10 days into practice so far, pretty happy with the energy and enthusiasm what the guys are bringing to practice. So
does healthy competition like that before the season help, especially with the young guys, kind of grow them up quicker?
Yeah, it does, because it put some skin in the game right away, and so we've got a scrimmage with Averett coming up, open with Guilford, the big rivalry. So there's a high sense of urgency for what we've got to do and the quickness at which we have to do it. So pretty happy with where we are. It's just need some time.
Last couple questions here for you, Coach. First off, give us a quick preview of how you see this conference shaking out this year. Who's going to be the teams to beat?
It's still Pfeiffer and Piedmont sitting up at the top. Both of them got hit pretty hard with graduation. I'm happy to see that. They had a bunch of COVID kids, that were there for 5th and 6th years that we had to face the last couple of years, and they've moved on with graduation. And so it'll be interesting. Those two programs reload pretty easy. So it'll be them to beat. Methodist has done a good job. They've continued to get better. Southern Virginia is always the dark horse on how they're going to do, but they're well coached and they do a good job up there. So, then there's everybody else, and it's there's been some coaching changes in the conference, so it'll be interesting to see how those programs, get up to speed and take off with that. But it's, I think we've got a pretty good shot to make a push like we did last year and see what happens. So
I've done a couple of player interviews before you joined us here today, and every single one of them talked about how there were a lot of close losses last year, and they said the big key to this year is now that they have that experience of being in those close games, how do you turn close losses into wins? Your thoughts on that?
It's the buy-in. Like this is year 4 for me. It's taken a couple years to get the ship going in the exact direction I wanted it to go. Not a slight on the guys that have graduated out of the program in any way. It's part of a change. Anytime there's a coaching switch, but I like those. I try to build game schedules where we have those kind of competitions that get us ready for the conference opponents I just talked about. Like we have to have those tough games, but it's what I'm seeing from this group is they're 100% bought into what we're doing X's and O's. They're 100% bought into what we're asking them to do in the weight room and off the field and things like that. And so they're doing all the right things. It's just, again, it's that experience of being able to be in that fight and figure it out and see it, watch it on film. It's still a thing that we're teaching is how to watch film correctly, So we're excited about this year. I think we're ready to close the gaps in some of those games.
All right, Coach, last question here for you, and I'll let you kind of take it whichever direction you want. I feel like a lot of times when I ask, what are your goals for this year? Well, obviously it's to win as many games as you can, so you can either take it that way or what were some keys for this to be a successful season?
I think it's just continue that growth. When it is, like I said, 85% of our locker room is young guys, it's just steps. Unfortunately, there's no fast forward button to get them experience. They just have to play the games and get the experience, and so that's going to be our big thing. We've gone back from really pushing the X's and O's to teaching more of the IQ stuff, position by position and location on the field and things like that, where it's really become more of an educational coaching strategy for right now. And so I think that's going to help us take that step and get the guys where we want them to be successful. The goal is to conference playoffs, conference championship game, and go from there. But it's really, I'm not trying to be a downer or negative or anything like that, but it's really like how much we can.
Five to 3 coming out of the halftime break. Now Pride out in front here at home as we get ready to get back underway with the second half of action. It hasn't been a one-sided affair. It's been a closely contested game. We knew it would be. It was 2 weeks ago. Up until this second half, we'll see if the Pride are able to repeat that effort from Senior Day. 23-16, the shot advantage for the Monarchs, though. They've been out in front. 14 shots on goal to just 9 for the Pride, but 5 of them have found the back of the net. It's been Braden Mitchell with 11 saves for Greensboro. He's had a fantastic afternoon as the rain is starting to fall here at Pride Field. And Quentin Solomon will win the first possession for the Pride. He'll get the faceoff victory started in the second half. Greensboro will move once again from left to right as Seth Woods has it on the far side of the field now as the Monarchs will move from right to left here in this third quarter. Woods moves down to the left side now. Francilis has it at the top of the key. Pride have scored 5 times already in this one. Justin Berry with a hat trick, doing what he does best. Mattoon has it now, gets it to Specken. Up top for the Pride. Cut off by Christian Thompson. Specken tries to move to his left. Bounce pass behind him to Gilroy. Ball still rolling around as Michael Tucker's able to separate Gilroy from the ball. Jay Moore scoops it up for the Monarchs. On the move is Methodist now. Passes it down the left side. Logan Florio has it as he moves behind, trying to get through the X. Crenshaw cuts him off. He spins back to the right, moves back down. Now up towards the top of the zone. Cedric Crenshaw, real big body in there for this Pride defense. He loves to lower that lumber too when he gets the chance to do so. J.R. Newman has it now for the Pride. Fires a shot, misses everything except for the back of Logan Florio. He hits him and he scoops it up, keeps possession for the Monarchs. Up top now goes Methodist. R.J. Breeden has it. He moves to the right, cut off by Colin Byrne. Back towards Newman at the top of the key. Fires one over the right side, too high. Methodist will stay in possession as Logan Garrett wins the race towards it. Garrett starts things back off. He's cut off on the right side by Christopher Zier. Gets it back to R.J. Breeden. Now Jacob Burnett with it. At the top, moves it over to Newman on the right side. He's guarded by Palethorpe. Gets past him on the left, spins back to the right, fires one low. Another save by Braden Mitchell. He's been a wall. That one right in the back, right in his big net. As Colin Byrne gets it and moves it across midfield for the Pride. Seth Woods with it now. Moving through the zone, thought about moving through the X, spun back to his right, now tries to get past Daniel Wright. He'll run this time through the X, can't get there for the wraparound shot, knocked away from Woods. He'll slow things up, let the Pride offense set up on their side. Woods gets it back to Chaz Gilroy towards the top of the key. He stays on the left side. LJ Obi going to come out and check him with 35 on the shot clock. Just underway in the second half, 12:09 to go in quarter number 3. Gilroy moves, bounce shot, too high. But Alex Specken closest to it. Greensboro keeps possession as the rain continues to fall, getting a little harder here at Pride Field. We knew it was a possibility. They moved the game up because of it. LJ Obi, a big hit on Gilroy, forces the turnover, and the Monarchs take possession back. Now a delayed penalty coming as a flag comes out of the official's pocket. LJ Obi doing what he loves to do, going coast to coast. Now finally passes it off to Patrick Noon, who fires one with the long stick past everybody, too wide. Florio's there. Methodist keeps possession. We've got a penalty. It is going to be on the Pride. Looks like it's going to be on Gilroy, a 30-second penalty as the lights come on here at Pride Field. And the rain continues to fall. Just a 30-second penalty on Gilroy, but the Monarchs will be a man up for some period of time. Back underway, Breeden to Newman to Oaks, around the world to Florio, now in the X to Garrett, tries to go back up top to Breeden, gonna fire a sidearm past everybody. Florio will be back there to keep things going for the Monarchs. 11:22 to go in quarter number 3. Pride out in front, 5-3. No scoring yet here in this second half. I believe Thomas Oaks has just changed that. Indeed, he has, according to the official. Bounced off the back of the net. Came out in front of the goal, had some confusion there, but the freshman gets his 7th goal of the year, makes it a 5-4 game with 11:16 to go in quarter number 3. Monarchs start things off here in this second half. A second half that was very friendly to the Pride just 2 weeks ago. They were able to score 11 goals after the break. And that's what helped them double up Methodist to a 14-7 win. We'll see how things fare. Just 4 minutes gone by here in this third quarter. Back to the face-off circle. Solomon and Ratzner. Solomon fighting for the ground ball. Uses the body as he's pushed away by Christian Thompson. Jay Moore going to scoop it up for the Monarchs. Burns swipes at him, but he's able to get it off to Florio. Now finds a cutting Christian Thompson. Catch, shoot, score. 2 quick ones for the Monarchs, and we're back tied up at 5 here with 10:59 to go in the third quarter. That was beautiful offense there from Methodist. Must give credit where credit is due. And the Pride needs something to go their way here in this third quarter, as we got ourselves a tie ball game, folks. We knew it was going to be a good one. The regular season's over. This postseason play now. Throw out the record books. No love lost between these two squads, as we mentioned in the first half. And they're showing it here now, 5-5. Back to the face-off we go. Solomon trying to get possession, still fighting for it. Noon's going to poke it away with his long stick, and he scoops up the ground ball. Now gets it down to Garrett on the far side. Moves it into the X. Logan Florio with it. Tries to juke past Crenshaw. No luck there, as he's now going to run all the way up the far side of the field. Spins back to his right. Going to try and now moves back through the X. Crenshaw there to push him away again. Gets it over to Oaks, who just scored one of the two quick ones for the Monarchs. Crabtree with it now. Gets it to Garrett, and the underhand shot again finds pay dirt for the Monarchs. Logan Garrett makes it 3 quick ones, and now the Monarchs have a 6-5 lead here with 10:17 to go in quarter number 3. Coach Bates going to take a timeout. We'll take it with him. 6-5 Methodist out in front, 10:17 to go. Be right back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. All of a sudden, we've got ourselves a 6-5 Monarch lead as the Pride have surrendered 3 quick goals, 10-17. Still a lot of game left to play in the third quarter. We're back to the face-off circle after our coach Nate Bates timeout. Braden Mitchell stays in between the posts for the Pride. He had a fantastic first half, started the second half off with a couple saves, with 3 quick ones by him now have put his team down by 1. Solomon wins the face-off and moves quickly down the left side. Going to try to start the offense back for Greensboro, who are in desperation mode right now, trailing by 1. Not quite desperation mode, but are desperate to get some momentum back. Palethorpe with it, tries to get past Obi, does just that. Goes back to Gilroy on the left side. He's going to move towards the middle of the field, gets it to Mattoon. Mattoon cut off by Mason Carey, now goes through the net, through the X with it, tries to find somebody to pass to. Still looking around, cut off by 2 Monarchs, keeps possession, now knocked away from him. Mattoon fighting forward with Michael Tucker. Whistle blown, going to be a push in the back. It'll stay with Greensboro. Justin Berry will start things off. 60 seconds on the shot clock. 9:30 to go in the third quarter. Berry finds Woods, going to try a wraparound shot, looking for Specken instead of shoots it. Pass no good there. The Monarchs will take possession back. Michael Tucker gets things started. Gets it to the keeper, Rigsby. Now LJ Obi with it. And he'll start to move towards the Methodist zone. Rain appears to be done falling for the moment, as Obi still has it, and he's moved deep into the zone. Passes to Florio on the right side, right past Mitchell, who's not happy with freshman Nick Scott. We've got flags everywhere, laundry all over the field. We're going to have a penalty as well. Goal is good. No need for the flag, says the official. It's now 7-5. Methodist out in front with 8:57 to go in the third quarter. Things have turned sour here quickly for the Pride. They need some offense. Need Justin Berry, Seth Woods, and company to get back to the way they were playing in the first half, as they now have to try and climb back in this one, down 2. Solomon Ratzner back at it in the face-off circle. Solomon gets another win. He goes back to his patented left side of the field. Going to run down the far side here. And away to Monarch to cut him off. Jay Moore moves in his direction. Thrown back towards Colin Byrne in the middle of the field. Byrne gets it to Gilroy as Pelthorpe and him come off the field. Facilis will step on for the offensive possession along with Kyle Sandel as Solomon takes a break. Facilis, he scored one this afternoon as well. Now he moves past Brown. Gets it back up top. Seth Woods on the right side. One more to Gilroy. Gilroy goes right at Jay Moore. Going to move into the zone. Now he's really close. Fires one underhanded. A little slow as Rigsby's there to stop it. And get possession back to Methodist. Moore has it, the long stick now looking for somebody. Errant pass, Justin Berry going to try to scoop it up. He does so and then loses it as it's knocked away by Newman into the hands of Mason Carey. Facilis tries to check him. Monarchs tried to call a timeout, but the officials say they don't have possession, so it goes back to the Pride. Facilis gets it over to Gilroy on the left side. We've got a delayed penalty coming. It looks like it's going to be on Methodist. Seth Woods tries to drive on the left side, can't get the shot to go. And awaiting the penalty from the official. It's going to be an offensive or an offsides penalty on Thomas Oakes. So the Pride will have a man advantage for 60 seconds here as he'll take a break in the box. Greensboro keeps possession, trailing by 2 with 7:28 to go in the third quarter. 7-5, Methodist out in front. Mattoon gets things started back for the Pride. Schwartzel gets it over to Woods. Back to Schwartzel, back to Woods. Little two-man game between the senior and the freshman. Now Mattoon goes across the field to Seth Woods. Going to fire one hopper. Misses on the right side. Justin Berry's back there. Close enough to keep possession for Greensboro. Berry guarded by Obi as he brings this one in. Moves past him on the right side. Now gets by him. Goes right at Rigsby. Knocked down. Good save. Berry tries to scoop it up, but it's Cole Rigsby, the freshman, being a wall right now. As a rare missed opportunity for Justin Berry. And not going to miss this one there as he steals the pass and gets an easy goal. What a play, what an effort from the senior wearing number 9 today. His 4th goal of the afternoon brings it just back to 1, 7-6 now. Berry with the steal and the score. A little slow to get up, but he seems to be back up under his own power, walking over towards the sidelines now. Reaching in his right leg. That's where that ace bandage was earlier in the afternoon that he had to take off when the game kind of first got underway. But he does seem to be moving just fine towards the sidelines now. 6:50 to go in the third quarter. 7-6, Pride trail by just 1 now. Solomon back in the face-off circle with Ratzner. And again, Quentin going to come away with it for the Pride. Tries to go towards Brendan Ray. Couldn't get the pass to him. Going to go back to Monarchs. LJ Obi going to start things off. Wiggles his way past Mattoon and now into the offensive zone for the Monarchs. Rain falling once again here at Pride Field. Obi moves past Will Pelthorpe. Takes a shot, but it's stopped in the net of Braden Mitchell. Good save there by the Pride keeper. 7-6, still the score as Greensboro gets themselves back in possession. Pelthorpe goes up ahead to Gallardi. Ball rolling around after the pass was not connected. Jay Moore finally comes away with it for Methodist. Back to the long stick. Michael Tucker now up ahead to J.R. Newman. We're going to get a stoppage of play. LJ Obi is down for the Monarchs. We'll take a quick break while the training staff looks at him. Be right back on the other side. 7-6, Pride trail by 1. The Greensboro College Sports Network.
I grew up on the Outer Banks, Manio, North Carolina. So the path to Greensboro College was a little bit of an unbeaten path. The same thing here. Like, I had never watched a sport. I don't know anything about cars. Taking an opportunity that comes out of nowhere, and it might not be the vision that you had for yourself, but you could make a mark. I think the records were kind of just a byproduct of who I wanted to become as a man.
Good to see LJ Obi back to his feet. He's able to walk off the field under his own power. Maybe some cramps or something there. Don't want to speculate too much, but he does seem to be all right. So with 6:02 left to go in the third quarter, we're about to get things back underway. Monarchs do have possession. Newman gets it to Michael Tucker as he gets it across midfield into the Monarch offensive zone. R.J. Breeden with it now to Jacob Burnett. Back to Breeden in the middle of the field, going to set the offense up, gets it over to Newman on the left side. Palethorpe steps up to guard him. Newman tries to go past him on the right. Palethorpe's there to shove him away. Newman now moves to the left side, gets it to Breeden, fires one in the direction of Mitchell. Knocked down, kick save by Braden as he's able to get that one away from harm. Monarchs win the race to it. Jacob Burnett back there with possession for Methodist. Under 5.5 to go in quarter number 3. Burnett moves out on the right side, finds Logan Florio. He fires and scores. Past Braden Mitchell. Back to 2 goes the lead. 8-6, Monarchs out in front now. A 5-goal quarter here. 6-goal quarter for the Monarchs. It was 5 goals, yes. It was 5-3 at halftime. Not a math major, folks. I apologize. Put the Pride back down by 2. We move back towards the face-off circle after another goal for Methodist here in this third quarter. Solomon and Ratzner prepare to do battle once more. Still fighting for it. Solomon trying to get position. Byrne comes in with the long stick, scoops up the ground ball, and he'll get things started for the Pride. Moving down the left side, finally cut off by Noon, gets it to Woods, goes across the field to Mattoon. Mattoon leaves it for Gilroy, now back to Specken all the way at the top. .448 now in the third. Pride trail by 2. Vancilis has it, gets it to Specken now deep on the right side. Mattoon with it. Goes right at Mason Carey. Gets past him, leaves it for Gilroy. Can't complete the pass. Gilroy tried to fire one in there, didn't quite have it. Michael Tucker scoops it up for the Monarchs. Gets it across midfield, leaves it for Thomas Oakes. Nick Scott there, knocks the ball away. Oakes and Scott still fighting for it. Oakes is able to pick it up. They're going to say he was out of bounds, so it'll go towards Greensboro. Nick Scott going to start things off quickly. The long stick, freshman, gets it up ahead to Gilroy, now in the offensive zone, running down the middle. Got numbers, goes on the right side to Mattoon. Obi's there to shove him, cut him off. Mattoon still working, leaves a short one. Helmet knocked off after a big hit from Mason Carey. We've got whistles galore. We'll wait for the official decision and what the call might be. It is going to be Monarch ball after the discussion between the officials. Cole Rigsby will start possession off for Methodist. Gets it over to Obi as he'll move up the far side of the field now. Obi gets past Barry, now runs right into Woods. Still with possession, now fires it coast to coast. LJ Obi tries to go once again. Braden Mitchell with the save. We've got a delayed penalty. It's going to be on Seth Woods. It'll be on the Pride. Going to be an offsides penalty on Seth Woods. 2 fouls now on the play. Both fouls now coming on Seth Woods. 2 30-second penalties on him, a conduct penalty and an offsides penalty on the Pride senior. So he'll take a break. The Monarchs will go man up for a full 60 with 3:42 to go in the third quarter. Methodist with possession started things off. Florio to Garrett through the X now on the right side with R.J. Breeden up top to Newman, back to Florio. All the way around go the Monarchs now. And we've got a whistle and interference call on 44, R.J. Breeden. So that's a turnover. It'll go back to Greensboro. Will Pelthorpe will run down the far side, try to speed things up for this Pride offense. Swim move over the top of Logan Garrett. Now spins back to the right, spins back left past Newman. Fancy moves there. Shot clock reset. Pride will keep possession, 73. No matter what, Pride come away with possession right here. Chaz Gilroy gets things started. 64 on the shot clock now. 3:07 left in quarter number 3. Fincilis has it moving down the right side, cut off by Brown for Methodist. Gets it inside, shot fired towards the Monarch net. That one's taken by John Schwartzel, a little bit high. But Barry's back there to win the race. Keeps possession for Greensboro. He moves in now against Michael Tucker. Spins back, Tucker swipes away at it, gets it out of the net of Barry, but he's able to scoop it back up. Justin Barry moving with some certain discomfort here late in this game. Seth Woods now has it on the far left side. Spins back past Jay Moore, thought about a wraparound shot. Instead gets it to Gilroy. Wind blowing, rain falling here in this second half at Pride Field. Mattoon has it now on the right side. Tried to pass it to Gilroy, knocked down by Mason Carey, picked up by Carey. He lost it again. Still on the ground. Gilroy fighting for it. Still fighting for it. Still fighting for it. Gilroy finally comes away with it. He's able to kick it out and get some room. Gets across the field to Seth Woods. He's deep in the zone. Goes towards Fincilis with a no-look pass. Couldn't quite connect. Mattoon is there to pick it up for Greensboro. He's then shoved down by Mason Carey. Still fighting for it. Looked like a shove in the back there. Pride sidelines wanted it, didn't get the call. Methodist will take over. Michael Tucker across midfield. Fincilis on the way, swipes it. That's able to knock it away into the net. O'Brady Mitchell safely. 1:30 to go now in the third quarter. Pass up ahead, Justin Barry. He's able to pick it up. Swarmed by Monarchs. Finally knocked away by Christian Thompson. Still on the ground. Picked up. Big hit by Barry there as he knocks Logan Garrett on his keister. Ball still loose. Zier tries to get it for the Pride. He knocks it out of bounds. It's going to be Methodist ball. Wind is whipping. Conditions are not favorable on the field at the moment. 1:12 to go in quarter number 3. Thompson with it for Methodist. He moves down the right side, leaves it over to Garrett in the corner, back up top to Newman. Braden with it now on the left side. Methodist content to slow things down, set the offense up. We're under a minute to go in the third quarter. They lead 8-6 to the Monarchs here at Pride Field after an onslaught of offense in this third quarter. 5 goals to just 1 for Greensboro. Newman with it on the right side. In no hurry right now are the Monarchs. 33 on the shot clock. 33 on the shot clock, 19 on the game clock. Shot clock does not matter. $13 to go, 7 on the game clock. 5 seconds to go in the third quarter. Monarchs way away from the net, running around at midfield, going to be content to just let time expire. We'll move to the fourth quarter. 15 minutes to play here in the first round of the USA South Athletic Conference Tournament. Pride trail 8-6. Going to need to battle back in this one in a rainy second half. We'll be right back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. $15 minutes to play here at Pride Field. It's going to be an interesting 15 minutes if the conditions remain the way they are. As Forrest Gump once said, it's raining sideways out here in Greensboro today, folks. It feels like it's coming up from the ground right now. Much needed here in North Carolina, but it could have held off till after the game, if I'm being honest. We're about to get this fourth quarter started. Pride trail 8-6 here at home. First round of the conference tournament. Monarchs have possession. Newman with it for Methodist. They move from right to left now as the end of the field have switched. Florio with it in the X. Goes over to Thomas Oakes. Fired and caught out of the air by Braden Mitchell. Great reflexes there. Breeden gets the steal on the pass. He's got it now for Methodist back on offense. Pushing towards the middle of the zone. He fires a shot wide right. But Logan Garrett is the closest one there for the Monarchs. Back underway, Breeden to Oakes. Back to Breeden standing in the middle. Marcus Myers has joined the offensive attack here. He gets it over back to Newman. Going to go past Palethorpe, finds an open RJ Breeden shot, fired, knocked down by Crenshaw. Cedric can't scoop it up, but Florio can. Methodist keeps possession. Florio with it. Coming from behind. Spins past Crenshaw, knocked away. Cedric, good defense there. Picks it up the ground ball, gets it back to Greensboro. Passes it over to Palethorpe, moving down the middle of the field now. Swim move from Willie P. Loses possession, picked up by the goalie Rigsby. Now ball knocked away, no one in net. Fired away by Barry, he misses wide. Good opportunity for Greensboro there, 13:28 to go in the ball game. Monarchs take possession back. Newman has it as he moves across midfield. Jack Steele comes back on for the Pride defense. Monarchs not going to be in any hurry right now for the rest of this game if they can keep this 2-goal lead. Winner of this game plays next Thursday as they'll move on in the conference tournament. Deep inside the Flory Oaks, Cedric Crenshaw Jr. with a big boom as he does so well. Unfortunately, going to be a penalty there. Got some head contact. Crenshaw will have to take a break, but he made his presence felt for sure. Good to see Logan Garrett up on his feet off the field on his own power. But Cedric Crenshaw Jr., big body, big man, big boom. I think the officials are discussing the severity of this penalty. We'll have the decision here in just a second. It does look like it's going to be a 2-minute penalty. It is going to be a 2-minute penalty on Crenshaw, much like we saw earlier on Latrell Brown for the Monarchs. So one apiece for these two teams here. And what we knew was going to be a hard-fought battle. Hasn't gotten overly chippy yet, but with a lot of game left, both teams going to need to keep their heads on their shoulders, let cooler heads prevail throughout this one. Back underway, Monarchs with it now. Myers goes deep inside on the right to Burnett. Now back up top to Breeden. On the right side, Myers back to Burnett deep in the corner. Monarchs just passing it around the perimeter at the moment over to Thomas Oakes on the left side. And there is going to be another goal for Methodist. Not what you need right now at this point after a shot comes from R.J. Newman. He gets another one in the back of the net. Makes it a 3-goal lead now with 12:05 to go here in the third quarter. Monarchs out in front, 9-6. And you can feel a little bit of momentum shifting towards the team in green. Greensboro desperately going to need something here on offense to wake them back up. Thought that hit from Crenshaw might be the one to do it. Not necessarily a nefarious hit, but the penalty did have to be called. Now we're back in the face-off circle. Solomon and Ratzner at it again. Ratzner pushing Solomon. Ball still on the ground, loose. Ratzner can't scoop it up. Solomon can't scoop it up. And the officials are going to say Methodist ball. Monarch possession after the push from Solomon is what they're going to call. Newman will take possession. Coach Bates is incensed. We've got a delayed penalty coming. Looks like that might be on the Pride as well. Another shot from Logan Garrett in the direction of Breeden, but that one's knocked down. And now we'll see this penalty coming. Two flags. Going to get two penalties on the bench, it looks like. One on Coach Bates for an unsportsmanlike conduct, and no, Colin Byrne, the other penalty there. So frustrations starting to build on the Pride half of the sideline. 11:41 to go in this ball game. They're down 9-6. And it is going to be a Colin Byrne penalty conduct on him. And a penalty on Coach Bates as well. He obviously can't come off the field, but it will be an effect on his team here. As we try to work this thing out, it's going to be a full 80 on the shot clock. Crenshaw still in the penalty box. Colin Byrne has joined him there for Greensboro. Coach Bates now has an unsportsmanlike penalty called on him. And we're trying to get this thing back underway with 11:41 to go in the ball game. Pride trail 9-6 here at home. Rain seems to have stopped for the moment. Wind still blowing just a little bit. Conditions have changed drastically here since the first half. Back underway now as Myers will get things started for the Monarchs. On the right side, goes up top to Breeden. Now on the left, Oaks with it. Guarded by Ray. Back all the way across to Myers, fakes a shot, passes it inside. Garrett goes low with it, stopped by Mitchell. Mitchell going to throw it the length of the field, just kind of clear it out there. Justin Berry going to be there to scoop it up. Pride will take possession. Now deep in the right corner goes Chaz Gilroy. He'll move through the X with it, now fakes back to the left. Cut off by Mason Carey. Carey loses his stick as he swipes at him. Now Jay Moore going to have to come over and try to help. Specken coming back on the field. 48 seconds on the shot clock for the Pride. Going to need to move quickly now as they trail by 3 here with 10:50 to go in this ball game. Seth Woods with it, comes around the left side. From Silas back on the field as well. As Gilroy fights with Jay Moore, a flag incoming, a delayed penalty. Looks like that one might be on the Monarchs. Ball finally knocked away, we'll have the penalty. It is, it's gonna be Jay Moore with the hold for Methodist, so he'll visit the penalty box. The Pride will get a chance of their own here. 10:27 left to go in this ball game.
It's okay, Lengthy.
Once we get this all worked out, the Pride will start possession. Here they go, Justin Berry to Specken now on the left side. Seth Woods back up top to Vincilis. And penalties are officially over for the Pride as Mattoon will come back on there at full strength and a man up while Jay Moore sits in the box for a few more seconds. Vincilis thought about a long shot, instead gets it over to Gilroy. He moves to the right. He's going to fire and score one. A big goal there for the Pride. 9-7 now with 10 minutes left. Much needed momentum. Shot in the arm there for this Pride offense as Chaz Gilroy fires one with the right hand into the back of the net past Cole Rigsby. Just 2 now. 9-7 as Quentin Solomon will head back to the face-off circle. So the Pride able to take advantage of the man advantage there with Jay Moore in the penalty box. They end their penalties and score a man up. Solomon again called for the offside or the early movement. It'll go with the Monarchs. Obi's going to pick it up for them. Knocked away by Byrne. Good defense there on the swipe from behind. And I think we're going to see another Crenshaw penalty. Not going to be a penalty, but it is going to stay with the Monarchs. They're going to call it on him, and it's going to be an official time because Obi is down on the field once again. He's been there a couple times today, had some leg issues. Was able to move off the field on his own power the first time. He's up on his feet now, waving off the coaching and training staffs for the Monarchs. But they will have possession. Back underway, R.J. Breeden gets it over to Burnett. Now back up top to Newman, who moves to the left side. Going to be cut off by Will Pelthorpe. He's able to stay in front nicely, the defenseman for the Pride. And a swim move there from Newman now goes on the left side to Breeden. More flags flying. Laundry all over the field right now in this second half. It looks like that one's going to go against the Pride as well. Crenshaw seems to know it's on him as he jogs in the direction of the penalty box. It is indeed going to be on Crenshaw, a 1 minute unnecessary roughness penalty, his second trip to the box here in this fourth quarter. Well, started the fourth quarter in the box, ended the third as well. So another opportunity for the Monarchs here as they go a man up. Newman with it at the top of the zone, now gets it on the left side deep in the corner. Florio back through the X to Garrett. He's cut off by Zaire now. Around the world from Breeden to Newman to Oaks. Back to Breeden straight away. Myers now finds Garrett coming around the net all the way across the field. Oaks going to fire one in there off the stick of Mitchell. And it's going to be a Monarch possession as Logan Garrett was the first one back there. Methodist will keep it, but another good save by Braden Mitchell. Reset, a full 60 on the shot clock for Methodist at the moment. Garrett gets it into Myers. Now Breeden to Newman. Byrne charging at him. Breeden back to Oaks. Goes this time to Florio. Good ball movement here for the Monarchs. Breeden on the right side. Back to Garrett deep in the zone. Myers, Breeden, Newman once more. Tried to go inside to a cutting Florio. Missed him. Mitchell comes away with it, and Pride will take possession. 8:35 to go, 9-7 the score. Greensboro trails by 2, needs some offense here as Palethorpe pushes it into the zone. Gets it to Mattoon, short pass to Gilroy, goes right by him. An unnecessary turnover there. And the Monarchs will take possession once more. It's LJ Obi with it. We know he likes to continue to go coast to coast. Every opportunity he gets, has yet to pass it. Tries to get past Jack Steele now. And another delayed flag on the field. More laundry. Obi and Steele. Obi takes a break, looks over at the sideline. Steele charges at him. Obi goes by him on the left and then gets pinballed around by several members of the Pride. Will Palethorpe, the last one there. Obi tries to go back towards Oaks, and he does so. Now it's Newton to Owen Andrews. Obi again slow to get up after being beaten and banged around down there by the Pride defenders. Newton moves to the left side, now gets it to Florio deep in the X as he moves back to his right. And it looks like the official has called. I can't quite see him from where I'm sitting, so I'm not sure what the call was, but we'll have a stoppage. And the delayed penalty is going to be on Greensboro. Seth Wood's going to be called for an offsides penalty for 30 seconds. So he'll sit down with 7:35 to go in the ball game. Greensboro still on defense here. Florio will get things started deep in the far side of his offensive zone. Goes back towards the middle to Garrett. Now Myers with it on the left side. Breeden, Newman, Florio, Garrett, Myers all the way around. Once more go the Monarchs. They just keep going around the merry-go-round. Now inside to Newman. He knocked away on a good clean hit this time from Crenshaw. Mitchell back there trying to fight for it. They're going to say he got there first, so it will be Pride possession. Zaire are going to start things off. 80 on the shot clock. 7:07 to go in the ball game. Pride trail 7-9. Palethorpe with it, runs right into Breeden. A lot of contact there, big collision. Both men stay upright. Pride keep the ball. Woods is out of the penalty box. Now he's got it at the top of the key. Trying to move back to his left, goes around Brown. Leaves it for Gilroy, cutting down the middle of the field. Gilroy already has one, fires a one-hopper in the direction of Rigsby. That's wide left. Pride going to keep possession. We're going to get a timeout from the Monarchs. 6:38 to go in the fourth quarter. 9-7 Methodist out in front here at Pride Field in this first round matchup of the USA South Conference Tournament. We'll be right back on the Greensboro College Sports Network. coming out of the Monarch timeout. 6:38 to go in the ball game. Methodist up 9-7 here at Pride Field. Greensboro on offense trying to get back in this one. A lot of game left to play, though. And with guys like Justin Berry, Seth Woods, Alex Mattoon on the offensive side, the Pride definitely know they can score quickly. No real panic on that sideline just yet. We're not quite deep enough into the clock for dire moments. But a good offensive possession would go a long way here for Greensboro as Woods gets things started back underway. 60 on the shot clock. Again, 6:30 to go in the ball game. Mattoon has it up top now, gets it deep in the right corner to Fansilis. He's going to move all the way around. Pass Brown, going to try a wrap-around shot, knocked away from him, but into the net of Specken. Now gets it up top to Mattoon. Gilroy back to Woods. Woods goes to his right, past the long stick of Daniel Wright, fires one in the direction of the goal, knocked down by Rigsby. Rebound chance for the Pride. Fansilis is there for the goal. Fantastic work by the freshman, gets his second of the day, and the Pride trail now by just one. 6:05 to go in the ball game, 9-8. And we're going to come down the stretch with a good one, folks. Jack Steele will take the face-off this time, the second time he's done that so far this afternoon for Greensboro. Still be Ratzner in the circle for the Monarchs. A huge goal there on the rebound by the freshman Fansilis, his second of the afternoon. And the Pride have some momentum back now here with 6:05 to go. Fight for it, still fighting for it. Ball rolling around, finally squirts out, going to be chased down. Byrne trying to scoop it up, can't do it. Zaire trying to scoop it up, can't do it for the Pride. Now Garrett tries to get it for the Monarchs. Instead, he knocks it away, and it'll be Pride ball after it rolls out of bounds. .5:51 to go in the ball game now. Byrne going to bring it in himself. Long pass to Sandel. He's moving down the left side. Finally cut off by Noon for Methodist. Gets it back up top to Gilroy. Moves to the right side. Tries to get past Thompson. Does so. Deep in the zone goes Gilroy now. He's cut off, kind of bottled up there by Thompson. Gets a bounce shot towards Rigby. Hits him in the leg. He's able to scoop it up with his net. Now gets it up top. Michael Tucker, the long stick all by himself for the Monarchs. Barry tries to chase him down, but you can tell he's not 100% at the moment. Logan Garrett has it on the near side. Crenshaw's there to cut him off, and Garrett's certainly not going to try to go right at him. Screen from Tucker. Garrett fires a low one in the direction of Mitchell. Denied. Good save once more from Braden in the goal. Now rolling around. Mitchell's going to come out of his net, scoop it up there. Monarchs wanted a penalty on the Pride, not going to get the call. Palethorpe going to push for Greensboro. Gets it to Nick Scott. Long bounce pass up ahead to Specken now. 3-on-3. Woods, Specken, and Mattoon against the Monarch defense. Specken gets it to Woods on the left side. Jay Moore's there to cut him off. Good screen from Specken. Ball comes out of the net of Woods, scooped up by Newman. He's by himself. He loses it. Barry's not there to see it. Mattoon tried to pick it up. It's back to J.R. Newman. And the Monarchs go across midfield into their offensive zone. Brendan Ray back on the field for the defensive possession for Greensboro. Gilroy will come off. Ball rolling across the field right now. Gallardi tried to get it, missed it. It's in the hands of Methodist. Logan Garrett has it on the right side. Leaves it for Newton as he moves deep into the right corner. Palethorpe out there to guard him. Newton goes now. Thought about a low shot, but Palethorpe shoved him off his path. Gets it to Burnett. Now back up top on the left side to Breeden. Goes deep in the corner to Oakes. Back to Breeden. Middle of the field, Burnett. Now on the right side, Newton with it. He's going to go at Gallardi again. This time does try the shot. Misses wide left. And a race for it. Lays out, does Florio, but not enough to beat Nick Scott. The Pride take possession. 3:18 to go here. Just a one-goal deficit for Greensboro. They trail 9-8. Palethorpe with possession now. Down goes Logan Garrett, Will Pelthorpe, put your dancing shoes on, young man, as he's able to make a bunch of Monarchs miss. Keep possession for the Pride. Mitchell now a lofty shot down towards a lofty pass down towards Gilroy. It's going to go by everybody. Obie's closest. It'll go back to the Monarchs. They'll have possession. 2:56 to go now. Clock still ticking down as Obie has possession for the Monarchs. Byrne coming in from behind him, swipes at it. He gets past him and Gallardi. Now a pass on the left side. Oak's going to fire one into the back of the net. Not what the Pride need right there as that one get past Braden Mitchell. And the Monarchs go up by 2 with 2:44 to go, 10-8 the score. Goal is good there coming out of the net of the freshman Thomas Oakes. He's done that a couple times this afternoon, able to find a clear zone shooting lane through the Pride defense. There was a penalty after the goal, though, or a violation after the goal, so no face off. The Pride will take possession. Gallardi moves into the offensive zone, gets it into the X to Specken. 10-8, 2:30 to go in this ball game. Pride trail by 2, needs some offense quickly here now. Specken with it, guarded by Thompson, tries to get the ball away, does so to Mattoon. Gets past Mason. Carey fires one off the upper post. Seth Woods is going to win the race back there. Pride keep possession, 2:17 to go now in the ball game. Woods takes it himself, tries to find a cutting Specken. Ball knocked way up into the air. Woods is there to find it. A penalty is going to be called. More laundry on the field. Looks like that's going to go on the Pride as well. It's going to be on Alex Specken, I believe. It looks like he's the one headed to the box. They're going to call Specken for a 1-minute slashing penalty. Not what the Pride need right now as they're trying to come back. They go a man down here for the next 60 seconds. 2:06 to go in the game. To get back underway, R.J. Breeden starts things off for the Monarchs. Gets it to Myers, deep in the right corner to Garrett. Back to Myers with it on the right side. Him and Garrett playing a little two-man game as the Monarchs are content to just waste all the time they can here. And they'll take a quick timeout with 1:52 to go in the ball game. Methodist up 10-8 here at Pride Field. Greensboro needs something crazy to happen in these last 2 minutes. Be right back on the other side on the Greensboro College Sports Network. We're under 2 minutes to play here at Pride Field, 1:52 to be exact. Methodist out in front, 10-8. After they've had a big second half. The fourth quarter has been tightly contested. The third quarter was all Monarchs. But the Pride still just under 2 minutes left to go. Game not over yet. 2 goals behind and in possession. Sorry, not in possession. Methodist going to take the ball. Newman going to get things started. 66 on the shot clock. And no other way to put it but a brain fart from the Pride defense here as Mitchell was standing back in the X guarding Logan Florio. Newman just fired one into the net. The Pride now down by 3. It's 11-8. After just a sheer get caught sleeping moment. When you can't have it at the worst possible time for the Pride, now they've got an even taller mountain to climb. 1:50 to go, 11-8. Methodist out in front. Don't really know how to explain what just happened. Mitchell been nails all afternoon long. Just a confusing moment to say the least there. Ratzner now going to win the faceoff against Solomon. He's on the run. Gets it over to Oaks. Fires a pass over towards Logan Garrett. Not able to complete it, but 2 more flags come flying. We get another penalty. We'll see what the call is. It looks like it's going against the Pride. Colin Byrne in the penalty box just took a knee, so we'll see. What the exact call is. Officials discussing it amongst themselves at the moment. Getting the call now. Here he comes. It is going to be Colin Byrne, number 7, for the Pride with the slash. He'll have a minute penalty. The Pride will be under a minute when they get their full strength back. Newman again starts things off for the Monarchs. 1:35 on the game clock. 11-8 the score. Methodist, of course, content to waste as much time as they possibly can here. Newman goes all the way across the field to Oaks. Mitchell comes out to check him, tries to force a pass, maybe a turnover. He slides back in between the posts now. Florio with it deep in the X. Crenshaw going to come after him, force the pass over to Oaks. Playing keep away are the Monarchs right now. Breeden to Myers. Newman with it. Back to Florio. 53 seconds on the game clock. 31 on the shot clock for Methodist. Florio running around with it now. Penalty over. Jack Steele comes back on the field as we are all even in terms of manpower. Florio has it now. 25 seconds in the game. It's getting very late for the Pride. They trail by 3. It looks like it's still going to have to wait for that first conference tournament victory since 2022 and will not be breaking the 12-game winning record of the 1995 team. They sit tied with them currently, 12 wins overall on the season for the Pride. It looks like it's going to remain just that number as there's 4 seconds on the clock. 3 seconds. Woods fighting desperately for possession. Methodist has it. 0.3 on the clock as the Pride are awarded possession. Justin Berry just going to hear the whistle and have what has been an illustrious lacrosse career at Greensboro College come to an end in not the most desirable fashion. Methodist is going to come out on top 11-8. That's going to do it for this ball game, the first round of the USA South Athletic Conference. The Monarchs will move on, and the Pride season comes to an end. A hard-fought battle, just a second half that did not go their way. Some unlucky breaks for Greensboro there. They fought back as they tried, got it to 1 late in the game, but it just wasn't enough. The Monarchs were able to come here to Pride Field and come away with a victory, especially with the changing conditions in the second half. That threw a big wrench into this ball game. Methodist just was able to adapt to it a little bit better than the Pride did. A fantastic season, though, for Coach Nate Bates and his team. The best season he's had here, manning the sidelines for the Pride. Again, 12-5 is how they're going to finish things up. 12 wins, tied for the most ever in Greensboro history. Justin Berry, a fantastic career. Cannot say enough about number 99 for the Pride. Record setter in number of goals. The first member of the 100-point club. He extended that over 120 plus with his afternoon this afternoon. So congratulations to him on a fantastic career. Got to say maybe possibly the best lacrosse player to ever lace him up here at Greensboro College. Unfortunately, his career has come to an end here this afternoon. But again, big shout out to Justin Berry. Senior Seth Woods had a fantastic afternoon this afternoon as well. but it just wasn't enough. That's going to end the Pride season here on the lacrosse field in unfortunate fashion. Methodist is going to move on in the conference tournament. That's going to do it for us here on the Greensboro College Sports Network. As always, thank you for letting us come into your living room and spending your Saturday afternoon with us here for some Pride Lacrosse. We'll be back another time. I've been Vance Ballard, as always, on the Greensboro College Sports Network.